Welcome to the Philantrepreneur Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd, designed to offer tips, strategies, and insight to empower nonprofits and entrepreneurs with sustainable win-win solutions. The Philantrepreneur Show is sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, building capacity through education and professional services.
Well, good morning. It's another great Wednesday morning, and here we are on the Philantrepreneur Radio Show, and this is Dr. Victoria Boyd, President and founder of the Philantrepreneur Foundation and editor of the Philantrepreneur Journal, and my lovely co-host, Pat Landaker of Ruby Red Slipper Project and Synergy Coaching. We're so thrilled to bring tips, strategies, and insight for the business and nonprofit sectors. And most of us know that this time of year we are really revving up, and this last couple of weeks we've had some great news and things are happening. We are a finalist for the Outstanding Nonprofit for the Henderson Chamber of Commerce Economic and Small Business Award. I wish I had a button to push for applause. Yay! But what an honor. And we're going to be talking about how you can help support us later because you can vote to help make us get to the really top. And in just a few weeks, we have our Nonprofit Awareness Expo coming up at Sunset Station, our Nonprofit Networking Breakfast. Plus, you can join us at the Nevada Governor's Business Conference on September 30th. You know, as I said, we have so much going on. We have so much information that we're going to tell you about in a little while. But, well, good morning, Pat. So what is sort of happening in your world today?
Well, good morning, Victoria. I've got a lot going on. I don't know if a lot of our listeners know, but I am the founder and CEO of a 501c3 providing education and training to girls 7 to 18, and we are all things self-esteem. And I'm so excited that we will have a program starting here shortly at the Henderson Libraries as well as the Henderson Rec Centers, and we're working on a lot of other things. So I'm very excited about all of those things. But meanwhile, today, right now on this show, Victoria, we've got two great guests today. Kathy Sue Boyd, a shop.com consultant. It focuses on supporting community nonprofits. And then we'll be making a big announcement about our guest, Dana Serrata, board chair of the Alliance for Nevada Nonprofits. So we got some exciting stuff coming up. So we'll be right back with our first guest.
The Philantrepreneur Foundation. Build your capacity with our educational programs and professional services. Learn how to be a philantrepreneur. Maximize your social impact and maximize your revenue. Visit thephilantrepreneur.com or philantrepreneurfoundation.org to find services, resources, and training to launch, enhance, or improve your business or nonprofit strategy. While there, sign up to receive the Philantrepreneur Journal digital publication.
Okay, welcome back. And just a reminder, if you have any burning questions or you want to ask, some specific, get some more specific information from our guest today or from Pat and myself, make sure you jot down 347-945-7404, and that's the call-in number. And we'll be taking calls during our show tip and Ask an Expert segment. So our first guest this morning is Kathy Sue Boyd of shop.com, and she is the Philantrepreneur Foundation. She's our personal consultant, and she's helping us raising funds for our own organization, but she can also help other nonprofits raise funds. But also, as individuals, just personal people, we have to buy stuff. She can help you save money and earn money, too. So welcome, Kathy, to the show. And before we get into this great resource, tell us a little bit about you and your background and what's your passion?
Well, thank you, and thank you so much for having me on the show today. Victoria, I have a background in retail and customer service, love working with people. I actually worked for a family-owned jewelry store in Wisconsin for over 25 years prior to moving out to Las Vegas here. I personally have always been a deal shopper. I'm one of those people that gets really excited when I find a great sale or score a huge discount. So becoming a personal shop consultant for Shop.com really was a great fit for me. It really ended up to be a great dream job because I can now help others learn ways to save time and money shopping using this Shop.com tool. I chose to focus on the nonprofit fundraising division mainly because I know firsthand how hard it can be to really want to help an organization that you're passionate about. But, it's not always easy to, with tight family budgets or not really having a need to buy like some of the typical fundraiser type items that are often offered, like cookie dough or wrapping paper.
Mm. Yeah, I always, as a former teacher and in the arts, I taught dance for 28 years. I was in constant fundraising mode, and it was like a plague. I would break out in hives when they would talk about, well, why don't you sell cookie dough? Why don't you sell all this? I could not do that. I never really got into those strategies. It just, I found other ways to raise funds. But anyway, I talked to you. I've sat down many times with you actually about some of the benefits that it could possibly bring to the Philantrepreneur Foundation. But what I really love about it is its win-win-win concept for individuals or anybody, where they actually save money, but then they earn money, and then they also support an organization that is out there doing good in the community. So what does that win-win-win concept really mean for just the everyday shopper and a consumer?
Well, that's a great question because that's really what sets this program apart. This really lets consumers take their everyday money that they're spending anyway. It helps them save money through sales and deals and comparison shopping, and it even helps them make money through our cash back program. And then it's really just a side benefit. It's all while helping to fundraise for nonprofits. Shop.com is partnered with more than 4,000 retailers. They have over 40 million products and services available for consumers to shop from. We're even partnering up with local establishments, which I love, through our Shop Local program. So there's really something for everyone, from paper clips and paper towels to vitamins, makeup, pet products, major appliances, computers, electronics, dining out, and just really everything in between. And just the benefits to online shopping can be amazing. Anything consumers can really shop for, we simply help them convert their everyday spending that they're doing anyway into a way that they can save money for themselves, all while simultaneously raising funds for nonprofits. So, that's where that win-win-win really comes in. Supporters of nonprofits or even just general consumers can really utilize this program to save their time and money on just everyday shopping. I love the fact that they can continue to shop at stores they may already love to shop at. We help them learn ways to purchase products that they need to buy anyway, converting over to some of our brands to help them save even more. We help them gain access to exclusive online deals and find coupon codes. And again, it's just, it's a great way for them to earn the cash back savings, save money, and raise funds for nonprofits.
Pat, do you shop online a lot? Do you shop online?
I do shop online a lot, and I think what I like about what Kathy is saying is when she says a win-win-win concept, because with a nonprofit, it aligns perfectly. I look at the save aspect of the win, as that value add that a company can get by partnering with a nonprofit, and then the earn part of it is everything that you can get as a part of that relationship and that partnership that you establish once you do that, and then the support is just really endless. And so I just like the wording of it. It just seems to align very well with what nonprofits have to do when they get out there.
Absolutely. And I've explored the site quite a bit, and the consumer, the actual purchaser, the preferred shopper as they're called, they get like a little bank account. It's sitting there, and every time they shop, their balance goes up and up, and then they can. Yeah, exactly. Then they can actually use what's in their account to buy something that might be that they're looking at. And I want to, because I've been looking at what you've been doing. You bought those fabulous sunglasses, Kathy. And you ended up
they came the other day.
There are a pair of sunglasses that two celebrities, J-Lo and somebody else, was wearing. And Kathy said, I have to have them. And she ended up getting them free, because she had enough money in her cashback account that she didn't have to pay anything. So that's why, it's a win-win-win for the consumer. They find great products, but they're earning rebates and getting cash back, also supporting a nonprofit seamlessly. And that what makes it stand apart from some of the other what I call online shopping tools. Yes, there's the Amazon.coms, but you have to go there, and it doesn't give you the cash back, or the Amazon Smile, I think it is. But there's a couple out there. But that's what really attracted me to Shop.com. I've actually known about it for a couple years and was like on the outside stalking them and just sort of looking at what they do. So I'm sorry, My cough is back today. But you mentioned some of the products, but tell us some more about your specific brand products, the ones that are unique to you, and why it's an advantage to look at those or purchase those.
Okay, happy to. We currently have partnerships with 15 different exclusive manufacturers or exclusive brands. Some of these brands may be products that people have heard about. Motives Cosmetics, for one, it's huge on Instagram. If you check them out on Instagram, you'll see the following that they have. Isotonics Vitamins, an amazing delivery system on vitamins. Pet Health and Snap Eco-Friendly Cleaning Products. Those are some of my favorites, but we have, like I said, 15 different manufacturers that we're partnered up with. And just by switching from name brand products that consumers typically spend money on every month and switch over to our exclusive brands, consumers will be getting not only a better product, but they'll also get a product that's a lower cost per use price. And, sometimes this can be a savings of like 60, 70% or more. And again, the nonprofit's going to be earning not only funds, but what I love about this with our exclusive products, the nonprofit receives 100% of the retail royalties that are associated with those products. So these exclusive products are products that will result in the highest royalty rewarded back to the nonprofit, and the consumer is getting a huge saving as well too. So there's your more win-win-win there. One of the greatest benefits that Shop.com site includes is the free shop consultant, such as myself. And I'm available to help these consumers maybe learn about the different products that they can switch over to save all their money on exclusive brands. And we even have a free tool on the site. It's called the Shopping Advisor tool, and I really highly recommend everyone check this one out, because what this tool does is it takes a consumer through their home, room by room, and just asks them, what brands are you currently buying now? And you know what? If you switched over to this brand, it'll calculate how much they can save and how much less expensive it's going to be to switch over. And yeah, it's really cool. And every person I show this tool to has been amazed at the money they can save, because it really comes up with a customized shopping list for you. So the next time you run out of these particular products, you can just go to that list and click to order and switch over to the brand. So it's pretty cool.
Kathy, so I'm wondering, how does the nonprofit connect their membership to this program and that product that nets them that money?
Well, by contacting me directly, I can help them get set up with their own nonprofit Shop.com site. Mm-hmm. And so it's branded with their name. And, what I recommend if somebody's on the call listening in on this and they have an interest, first what I recommend they do is go to the PhilanthrepreneurShop.com site and become a preferred customer and check it out, just so you can kind of see what the program is about. And once you become a preferred customer there, you'll be connected to me as your personal shop consultant. And then if you have an interest in setting up your own nonprofit on this program, we can talk about getting that program set up. But with the branded site, once the shopper goes to their particular shop.com site that's associated with their nonprofit, they simply become a preferred customer. It's just a quick, easy sign-in in the top corner of the website. Once they create their free account, anytime they go to shop.com, even if they forget the actual true address for their nonprofit they're shopping for, once they sign in using their email and password, it reconnects them to the nonprofit they're supporting. And then they just click on the stores and do their shopping.
Okay.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah. And they could also put a link on their own website that would, direct them over there.
Highly recommend it, yes.
It's one of those passive strategies that I talk about in some of my fundraising classes that, you have to have multiple strategies. You just can't rely on them. But the more opportunities you provide those that follow you, those that support you, by having a resource page, even if it's, not really your mission, you have to look at what do your donors need and how can they support you. And so this is a great strategy. And as Kathy said, it's often great to utilize or use some of the products first to see so that you can give your own mini testimonial. But just check it out. It's a great strategy to really find out what they offer, because they have, as she said, thousands, and there's so, like the Shop Buddy, which I installed on my computer. Every time I log in and start looking at something, it says, "Did you know?" And it pops up at the top, and it reminds me that you can save and do better than what you're looking at. And I just go, okay. So what I want to do is ask everyone to explore this whole concept of raising funds through shop.com. Please visit our site, and that would be http://shop.com/Philantrepreneur, Philantrepreneur. And as Kathy said, you can reach her through that site. But Kathy, do you have any other way that they can connect you, an email, a phone number? Because our listeners tend to reach out.
Absolutely. My phone number is, my cell phone is area code 414-322-2667. You feel free to call or text me at that number. Or my email address is youearncashback@gmail.com, and that's spelled youearncashback@gmail.com.
Oh, well, that's easy enough. You earn cash back at gmail.com. Everybody should remember that. But also, if people want to get the domain names that we just mentioned, they are on the Blog Talks site, so they can go and visit our archives and get all of the connections right there. Kathy, I hope you stick around. We're going to take a commercial break, and after this commercial break, we're going to go into our show tip. And if anyone has questions for Kathy, this will be the time that you can call in, and that will be 347-945-7404. Okay, I need to read better. And after the break, then we're going to be coming back with the show tip, and then our second guest will be coming on to greet us. Be back in a minute. Okay, I don't know if it shows on my site that it's playing, but I am not hearing it, so that is worrying me.
Yeah, I'm not hearing.
So, okay, you're not here, but it's showing that it's going. So I just cut it off. It was doing its countdown. So we're just going to go into the show tip, and maybe I can bring that commercial on or add a little bit later. But this is our segment of our Philantrepreneur show tip. And also, I'm going to bring on the line because I see Dana Serrata, who is our next guest. And maybe if anyone has questions for Dana or Kathy, they can call in. Let me pull Dana on. I don't know why everything's working so slowly here. Interesting. Okay, I have clicked her microphone, but it's not pulling up for some reason. Something has gone crazy with my computer. Okay. I see what's happening. It's telling me I'm not connected. That is weird. Okay, it should be on now. Okay, these are called technical. I don't know. We're going to Pat. Could you go ahead and just go back to the topic of how nonprofits are accomplishing? I'm going to try and work on this dashboard here for my radio show and see why it's not doing what it's doing. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Well, hello, Kathy. It's you and me.
Hello.
It's so interesting listening to your product idea and your marketing idea because that we're really on the advent of that. I know a lot of companies have been doing that for quite some time, Amazon Smiles and different things, but yours is just so unique to that, and it seems like you can personalize it a little more than you can the others.
Exactly. And I think that's what's huge. We can personalize the savings to the consumer. They can reach out to me and share their particular shopping habits, and I can show them ways specific that they can save money. And it's all simultaneously running in the background as far as the shopping to support, which is really cool.
Do you have a client right now that you can just anonymously tell us about their success with your program?
Well, actually, I can tell you the types of companies that we're using, but we do have a Privacy Act that we stay with, so we don't give out specific names. But this program is awesome for churches. It's awesome for really any sort of nonprofit organization. Victoria and I always talk about, the warm and fluffy ones like the pet type nonprofits, but anybody that really has a following of supporters or even just deals with a lot of public, so they have a way to reach out to the public because we need to share the program in one way or another. And oftentimes it's even just done through social media, which is, a huge way to be able to tap in and help people save and then connect them to the site. So I love the fact that what this does is not only are your supporters saving and shopping to support you, but oftentimes you can have people shopping from all over the United States and fundraising for you who may not even know about your organization.
Well, I was just thinking, too, that jumped to mind were pets and babies. I mean, the items that you need anyway for both. And how that, because I'm a PR marketing person, so I'm thinking, how do I connect the dots? And then I want to do it, seamlessly and almost anonymously. I don't really want my client to know that we're pushing this other thing over here, even though it aligns perfectly.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I'm going to interject here. I'm sorry, because I'm just having some technical, and I don't know why. It is saying my house internet has gone down, which is not good. But it seems like I wouldn't still be on air. But it's really weird, and for some reason I cannot even connect Dana. She's showing that she's on the line, but it will not. It just keeps with that little circle thing as it's trying to do. I can't get. So I think I'm sorry, I interrupted your question. We can finish that. And we might have to bring Dana on another show until I figure out what is going on with my home internet here, the studio internet. Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. That's really weird.
That's what happens. And
nothing like that.
Yeah, this is like really weird. First time happening here. But I hope Dana is hearing this, and she's probably just hanging on the line wondering what is happening. And if she is hearing it, I want to apologize profusely because I can't seem to connect her on here. But I would like to go ahead and talk about the great program that the Alliance for Nevada Nonprofits and the Philantrepreneur Foundation, a community partnership that we developed.
Well, let me act like we just came back from the break, okay? And it'll be seamless, Victoria. Look, and welcome back. This is Pat Landaker and Victoria Boyd, your host, and we're excited about our next guest, who we may not be able to connect directly with right now, but we love her to death. She is with one of the organizations that really serve Nevada from the north to the south, and one of the foundation's goals was to build more partnerships. One of our foundation goals were to build more partnerships and collaborations in the community. There is power, of course, when groups come together. And over the last few months, we've welcomed United Way of Southern Nevada, SCORE, Classy Communications, to name a few, that are coming on board. And today we wanted to announce the launch of another very valuable community partnership, and that's the Alliance for Nevada Nonprofits. And I know that Philantrepreneur is a member. Ruby Red Slippers, my organization, is a member. And together we've discovered we're going to have some amazing benefits as partners that we'll be able to share with both the ANN members and the Philantrepreneur members. And I guess, Vicki, if you want to go ahead and tell them what those are going to be, and then when we bring Dana back on, she can go into further detail. But what's the overview on those benefits? Victoria? Kathy?
I'm still here.
Well, I guess I think we lost her. I don't know if we're on the air or not, but I'm going to go ahead and the Alliance for Nevada Nonprofits, they have a lot of different conferences and meetings and work with most of the nonprofits in Nevada to provide resources that are very necessary. I know earlier this year I went to a conference over at 3 Square, and it was wonderful, and it really touched on a lot of the things that nonprofits, you start a nonprofit, and you have this great effort, and you figure, hell, I'll just build it, and they'll come. And guess what? The reason the Philantrepreneur is here is because they don't come, and a nonprofit suddenly realizes that, and we know that they're going to be looking for the resources that we can provide. But ANN, the organization ANN, they actually are also a nonprofit providing those services and the nuances of what a new nonprofit especially needs, and the guidance, and where do I go for this and where do I go for that, because unfortunately it's not like the old days where you put up a little table in front of the supermarket in a box that said, hey, this is the organization for so-and-so, and people donate. It's
right.
Much different now, and social media plays a huge role. And you could probably speak, since you're so involved in social media, like how do you see fundraising connecting with social media nowadays? There's so many different platforms.
There really are a lot of different platforms. I mean, Facebook is huge, but Instagram, Pinterest, there's just so many different ways that people are constantly sharing what they're eating, what they're buying, what they're doing. And, sometimes a little too much, I think. But,
I agree.
So it's a great way if somebody's, talking about something that they, really like, whether it's someplace that they're shopping from or going to or visiting, or just an organization that they're very passionate about. It's amazing how people reach out to them. And sometimes it's not always directly there, but oftentimes it's done in the background through private messages, and connections are made.
Yeah. The one thing about ANN is that, and the Philantrepreneur, is that we'll have joint membership benefits. So a lot of the things that either is doing, their member base will be able to share in the other's benefits and things like that. And we thought that was really important to be able to provide their overview and our overview and our, oversight and their oversight, and you can just go down the list on how this is going to work beautifully. And
awesome.
Hello.
That's awesome.
Oh, I thought that was. I'm not sure who's coming in anymore. But yeah, and as I look around, and I come from real old school nonprofit world where you actually just went and, sat down with that business leader and said, hey, brother, can you spare a dime? We're trying to do this and that and the other. And I'm not very social media savvy, and so that's really been a challenge. But, in our classes with the Philantrepreneur, and I'm not sure if Ann has classes like this, but we actually, teach people how to make those connections. That's what really helped me in terms of social media in my organization, was just what to connect, how to connect. There's just so many different ways to go. What do you post? What don't you post? Should I comment on that? I'm fervent about it, or should I shut up because I don't want people to not donate because they saw me say, hey, I don't like that. So,
right.
I think one thing that Victoria does well is she kind of goes there and she'll tell you, and myself is included, just that's something you may not want to do. And hopefully, kind of allay some of the fears people have about not how to put their toe in the water, like how do I do that? And, I find because I've networked like yourself, Kathy, all my life, it's difficult for a lot of nonprofits to just be able to get out and speak about themselves, even in that elevator pitch, even at that quick moment, when you're standing next to somebody who you need to meet, you just don't know what to say. And, again, that's something the Philantrepreneur can help with. But, how do you, now, because you're out there, girl, I mean, you are out there clinking glasses, eating cheese sticks. How do you kind of, manage that? Because it can't be the same for everybody. How do you know the different approaches, like when you go up to somebody you meet, new person?
Well, I think it's all about connecting and getting to know them. And once you get people talking and identifying, get them talking about their passion, then the right direction comes out. It's not about what I can do for them right away because I don't know them yet. So when you're out networking, even whether in person or on social media, it's about getting to know them and, building that trust factor. Oftentimes people are following me and just getting to know me, even just like Vicki was saying, she's known about this program for a couple of years, but she was stalking us.
Yeah.
And you've got to get to know and build that trust factor with any, business or person that you're working with. So, that's what I always say is, get people talking, find out what their passion is or what they're doing, and find out how we can help them. And anytime we can offer a solution to whatever type of help they're looking for is when we really build that strong network of friendship.
Yeah, like I said, it's not come hard for me to get to meet people and everything like that. And I still am challenged by how do I go from just seeing somebody I've worked in the professional world, corporate world, and then taking them down my path of, girls with low self-esteem, and then going from there to how, they can help and, all of that type of thing. And I still struggle with that. Sometimes people just swing the doors wide open and you can just go down the path. Other times you really have to connect the dots on that because pitching nonprofit is a very first impression type thing. And sometimes I think a lot of people, they just don't know when to pull back or to just let that go for now and things like that. Do you have any tips on, know when to fold them, know when to hold them?
Well, yeah, it's hard. It's a fine line to try to figure out when that is. I guess really just, I think a smile goes a long way just to, even get some sort of conversation going and see where it goes. And I always like to ask somebody, when I like to ask for how can I refer other people to you? Like, for example, if I meet somebody and they start sharing about what their business happens to be, I say, what sets your business apart from, let's say it's just, even if it's just a real estate broker, what makes you different that I could share with other people, because I would love to refer business to you. And when you do that, people would love to ask you the same questions back. Mm-hmm. So it really just becomes, a volley back and forth, and we learn about each other. And, on down the line, I may meet somebody who could benefit from that person, and I'm going to refer them to people, and they're going to do the same thing. So it's really just a matter of, chatting as opposed to selling. Sometimes I think we get too strong in the sell, and it's a matter of, connecting the dots with conversation. And we may not have something that's going to help that person, but they may know somebody that our program will help them with. And that's what we want to do. It's networking.
So I guess I'm hearing you say that always put that same foot forward, as if, even though that opportunity may not occur, because that impression can be made and they can say, I did meet someone who really, who talked about that, exactly, or who I think could use your services. You mentioned kind of small talk, and it was interesting on the news that they were saying that a lot of the kids today, they go in with resumes and, expecting these big questions and all this stuff, and that corporate employers now they like to hear small talk because it's a better observation of a person's personality and things like that,
Right.
And I thought that was really interesting, because I think it does. That's exactly like when you are in that networking opportunity, and you think, and in the old days, you kind of wanted to know enough about that company to be able to quote some stuff. Oh yes, I heard you had some great numbers last year, and blah blah blah, and that was impressive. And now it's like, oh, don't even go there. Tell me something I don't know,
Right.
And
right.
So the chitter-chatter has changed a little bit, and, so we could just go on and on about that, because marketing and PR and all that kind of stuff is really what I love and what I do. But I'm getting a text. Let's see. She's been talking the whole time. From Vicky. She says, not hearing. Oh, well, if we do have an audience, they might as well laugh with us. Not hearing anything. You're not hearing me either, ? I was talking the whole time. I think my internet went down. I think if you can hear us, we're going to agree with you. No, she's saying she's not hearing us. So if her internet is down, then you and I have just had a great conversation without the coffee together. But I am going to go ahead and say goodbye to our viewers. I know we don't have an outro or an ad that plays at the end, and if anybody was listening, we apologize for this, and I'm going to mention a couple of things just in case. We have our networking breakfast on October the 6th, our wonderful Nonprofit Awareness Expo on the 20th and 21st of October, and then our board-bound leadership training on the 12th, which is really an opportunity to be in a survey group that we're going to put together to see what people want from board-bound leadership training. I think it's really important. I've served on a zillion boards, and I understand things are a little different now, and a lot of the roles your company's asking you to go in, and they're kind of looking at it like leadership training, so we've kind of married some things together on that. But always, you can go to thephilantrepreneur.com and get all the information on all the events and different things we're involved in. And join us for next week's show as we bring valuable tips, resources, and information, plus answer your questions. Thank you so much, Kathy Sue Boyd of Shop.com.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
It is nice meeting you and chatting with you, even if it was just us. And in the meantime, as always, we just want to ask, are you a philantrepreneur?
Thank you for tuning in to the Philantrepreneur Radio Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd. Get involved. Follow us on Facebook and other social media outlets. If you wish to share comments or suggestions or appear as a guest on our show, visit www.victoriaboyd.com. thephilantrepreneur.com. Contact Victoria Boyd. Email her at theboyd@thephilantrepreneur.com. The Philantrepreneur Radio Show is a production of and sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, a 501c3 tax-deductible organization.